Hi friends, Andy Vegan. It's time for breakfast with ice cream and fruit salad. My favorite summer breakfast, and I make it with strawberries and apricots today, fresh apricots, and I coat them in a sweetened yogurt, cashew yogurt, sweetened with date mousse. I make both myself, and I show you how to do that in 2 other videos linked under this one. The cashew yogurt here is a little bit runny. That's nice for a dressing. Sometimes I add a little bit of water to the yogurt dressing when it's too thick. Always depends on the batch you have. I make it always myself, blending cashews with water and a bacteria culture, or a starter yogurt I have made before. So once you have a yogurt, you can always make new ones from that batch. The initial batch is still my initial batch. And then you just put it in a warm container in a warm room temperature, normal room temperature. And overnight the bacteria fermented. The bacteria culture is called acidophilus. You get that online perhaps. Easy to get, you get it only once, then you have enough. They multiply always. They never die. Bacteria never die. So the yogurt dressing here, delicious with a little bit of date mousse. And here I have cup each, strawberries and apricots, both now in season and wonderful together. I tried it before in another recipe, and I make it now very simple. You know, it's so warm outside. Very simple. The yogurt is refreshing. There are nuts in it, and it also is filling. And the bacteria, the fermentation, the sour flavor makes the intestines work better. They love it. The intestines also have a lot of bacteria that are needed for our health. Our health depends on it, on the immune system that is for large parts in the intestines because of these bacteria. So they love it. Yogurt is a wonderful part of a breakfast to start the day, to get the intestines going again after breakfast. Breakfast means in English, it means breaking the fast. That means at night we fast. Ideally, if you don't eat at late, the intestines are rather empty. There is no digestion taking place, or at least a little bit less. And then the yogurt in the morning has the best start. And this is just strawberries and apricots and yogurt with a little bit of date mousse. Now I run to the freezer, get the frozen bananas for my ice cream. Frozen bananas here. I would suggest, if you want to do that, you would rather take very ripe bananas before, when you freeze them. They should be very ripe, because then they make a wonderful texture in the ice cream. Sometimes I need bananas not so ripe, but for the ice cream, the Blitz ice cream, the riper the better. Here is the S-blade. That is the tool I prefer for the Blitz ice cream, because it's not so hot. The blender is too hot, too much energy, and then the ice cream melts a little bit. But here, perfect scoop, I show you. So the bananas go right in. And they should be very cold. That's also important. When they are very cold, as here, right from the freezer, I can process a little bit longer, and they have no chunks inside. And then there is the cashew flour with an electric coffee grinder. You have it in seconds, just some cashews. And the more you take, the creamier it gets. Cashews, you can take so much. And this time I don't want too much. Sometimes I like it creamier, heavier, the banana ice cream. Sometimes a little bit less creamy, but also creamy. And then you can decide how much cashew flour you want. You can check what you like. It's always different, maybe. With me, that is different. And date mousse again. Didn't tell you how to make it. It was just dates blended with water. That is date mousse, or date paste. You can also purchase. As I said, there are 2 videos linked under this one: how to make date mousse, the other how to make cashew yogurt. Yes. So 3 ingredients: blender dance for Blitz ice cream. This looks like Blitz ice cream to me. It might have the perfect texture. I will check right now, getting the blades out. Yes, it is creamy and firm. So most importantly, I can make my scoops right away without having to freeze it again. That's why I call it Blitz ice cream. And you see here, the scoops are really, I show you a moment close to the camera. I can see it already. Wonderful texture. And the ice cream will melt into the yogurt when I'm eating it. And then the flavors and the texture of the strawberries and the apricots, they have a natural sour affinity, these strawberries, the apricots, and they love, I guess, the sweetness of this banana ice cream with baked mousse. It's a pure comfort food ice cream. This is one of my favorite here in these days. I eat it all the time now with different fruit salads and slightly different dressings. You can also change the yogurt dressing. That's what it looks like today. And it's my breakfast, and I hope you enjoyed the watch. If you like the video, subscribe. MD Vegan on YouTube. Make a donation, perhaps. There's a link, or no, a button under the video called thanks. Yeah, you could further the vegan message through MD Vegan with that. And also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and X. See you soon.